Oh, Brooklyn. Looks like our awning did not survive. It survives a huge thing of snow, but a little breeze while we're out biking. You see it up here, Brooklyn. I don't think we're gonna be able to save it, sweetheart. Right up there. Hashtag sad day. Hang on. Oh, we're in a bit of a pickle here, boys. All right, what do you say? Chuck it in the bush? Here, I'll help you. Oh, that sucks. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, sad day. I got it put away, but Brooklyn and I were down here spending our evening, as we have been lately, because it's that time of year and it's absolutely gorgeous to be spending this time down in the provincial park when you live primarily in a cargo van. I don't know why I say primarily, I do. It's just that air of awkwardness about it with raising a little girl. Day by day, my friends. But we came back from our bike ride and the wind had wreaked absolute havoc on the awning, and unfortunately now there is no saving it. If you know what I'm referring to, I was able to save it after waking up at a campsite a few months back to an absolute monstrosity amount of snow that had collapsed it overnight. You hear that? My voice just collapsed it. And it survived that, more or less. I was able to bend the aluminum stuff back, and this, unfortunately this time, snippety snap, and it was done. So I thought at first maybe I'd be able to repair it, but I don't think that's the case because the whole framework itself is twisted, the other poles bent in weird ways. So I was able to bend it back up in there, but I think now it is not long for this world, and very soon we'll be in the good old landfill. But it served me very well for the amount of time that I had it. Anyway, I spent today as I usually do. You know, I had my physical therapy this morning. I got the whole rig down here, and I used the Jeep to do all of my running around for the day. And I thought to myself, you know, I've been doing so much of that filming lately. I'd rather change it up a little bit for myself and maybe start an entry in the vlog in the evening time and then roll it into tomorrow, depending on what sort of shakes out tomorrow. So it's just after 9 o'clock in the evening. Technically, the signs say that you need to leave this park by 10 p.m. That's when they close the gates, and I like to abide by that because I don't want to, overstay my welcome. So we're going to get the rig all hitched up and get the heck out of here. And if you're new around here, when I say the rig, I mean all of this. My 2023 Jeep Wrangler, which comes along in tow behind my tiny home on wheels, otherwise known as the good ship Lucky. I live full-time in this van, which I converted into my tiny home on wheels back in 2021, and just recently in 2024 did a complete redesign on the interior that has been treating myself and the beautiful Miss Penelope very well. We're very okay with this rebuild, aren't we? Aren't we? You're not so okay. You're waiting for more food, aren't you? And of course you are. Someone, a little pirate princess, stepped in your food dish and spilled your cookies everywhere, didn't she? Yeah. We just got to get this place sort of cleaned up, ready to go, roadworthy, so things aren't falling all over the place. Throw out garbage, do recycling, all that good stuff before we leave. And most importantly, don't forget to return your maple syrup, whoop, and your toaster, from whence they came. Both of these items live in the back in our large pull-out drawers. It was berries, yogurt, and waffles for dinner tonight. Keeping it nice and simple. Breakfast for dinner is always a very fun time. One of my favorites for sure. Get out of here, you. The bugs are really bad this year, but today, actually, we got really lucky. There was a little bit of a breeze that blew in the early morning, and for the most part, no bugs today. Very thankful. Thank you very much. All right, let's get our maple syrup nestled under here. And then over here, we're gonna pull this drawer out. Then you gotta get our toaster nestled right in here next to your marshmallows and your bounce sheets. As you do, lock. So now, what we have to do, get the window blockers off the van, move the van out there, pull Grace O'Malley up to the good ship Lucky's rear end. Bob's your uncle, we out of here. If only it was that simple. There's a whole lot of hitching up that I have to do. Hi, Penny. I gotta take down the window blockers. Hang on. One window blocker. Two window blockers. Oh, I must reorganize everything else in this house as well. And final window blocker, which, you know, it's a little annoying because as soon as I get where I'm going, these are all going to go back up. That's just part of the experience, isn't it, Penny? That's what happens when you move your house around every single day. All right, so hanging basket onto the fold-out table, bananas into the sink. Yes, my little strainer that I had in here today, put it to good use to do a soak for my blackberries and raspberries in water and vinegar, as people had been suggesting. And I ended up breaking the straining basket. Tell me you bought it from a dollar store without telling me you bought it from a dollar store. Needless to say, I'll have to go back to the dollar store probably tomorrow and get another one because it was quite handy. But for now, bananas can just ride in the sink. TV remote to the back. Let's turn off the house lights. Boop. And let's move. Lucky, what are you doing up there? It's just your spot, eh? Well, that won't work. Where are the keys? Oh, there they are. Move the curtain. Oh, man. Use the vacuum to grab the keys off the hook. Now they're on the table. Got them. Whew. Hello, Lucky. All right. Pulling out. Everybody just calm down. Yeah, I may be more of a, bye-bye curtain, bye-bye whatever that was, holy Dinah. I may be more of a winter fall guy, but there's something to be said about the sunsets this time of year, for sure. I usually like to leave the park earlier than this, give myself some time to get into Hotel Walmart before I get hunkered down, like if I need anything for that night, and I actually do need a few things tonight. Well, I need to restock a few things That's gonna have to wait till the morning time, because by the time we get there and get everything hunkered down, Hotel Walmart will be closed for business for the day. So that stuff's gonna have to wait until the morning. That's okay. The reason I'm leaving the park late is because my cousin actually came down and had a nice little visit with her before wrapping everything up for the day. So thanks again, Lindsay. That was very nice. And tally freaking ho, upward and onward to glory. Okay, and we are here. Everything we just undid, redo. Oh, blocker. 2, a little harder because there's a big putty tat in the way. Window blocker. 3. He said, let there be light. Before it gets too dark, make sure you put up your window blockers in the back. Yeah, we got a few pillows back here as well. Rear number 1. Goes up so easy. I love these things. These So Cozy covers, they're the best. The epitome of no regrets. Okay, let's get these pillows organized. Get this body pillow shoved down in the back. Provides both insulation and a support for the rest of the pillows so they don't all fall down the crevasse in the middle of the night. Okay, there we go. And then our king size pillow. There we go. Now we're starting to look a little bit more cozy. This is actually a good opportunity to put up the new bed for Penny that Mary sent. So we'll get rid of this one, which is her winter one. We'll have to wash it and find a place for it. And Mary sent us this in the last video. Okay, Penny, you're getting a new bed. It's supposed to keep you cool on all these hot summer nights. Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice. Put that up here for the penny pen. Maybe we will tuck this here, give her a little extra padding on the edge. There you go. Hey, Penny, you got a new bed. You want to come try it? Come on, you want to try your new bed? No? Happy up there? Oh, you going to do it? No, she probably thinks I'm going to put cookies in her bowl. Which, I mean, probably should, to be fair. Can you make it down on your own, my dear? I'm going to fill up your cookies so you have some for the evening. Oh, there you are. There you go. Excuse me. Pardon me. Coming through. There. That's enough to get you through the night. As she gets older, she's developed a new personality trait. And that trait is that she is now the kind of cat that will lose her damn mind at you if she can just see the bottom of her bowl. Still hard food in it, kind of pushed her off to the edge, but she can see the bottom and she is unhappy with that. That's where we are. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna get myself one of my double extra large body wipes because it has been a hot minute since this Vanlifer has had a proper shower. When I'm filming this, because I am notoriously delayed, let's say, in releasing them, Calgary's still underwater restrictions, and what is today? Monday. I haven't had a proper shower since last Wednesday. Yummy. So, this is the first thing we're gonna do now that we are hunkered down for the evening, because it's just, you gotta get the day off you, right? I showed these things off before. I get these at Craze Outdoors. These are awesome. They beat the pants off the dude wipes. Although, I don't know about the Duke Cannon ones, because I got some of those in the Jeep. And they're like, not, I was going to say serrated. Not serrated, that's atrocious. They are, they're like exfoliating. They got little bumps on them. I may actually make a trip out to Grace and use that for my face proper, because as good as this is, it's, like I said, been a minute. Oh! But this is just part of the usual routine. And these wipes, obviously for somebody like me, I use them far more in the summer than I do in the winter. In the winter, I don't get sweaty as often. You know, I don't have that big ball of fire up in space burning down on me. So I definitely go through less of these things in the winter. In the summer, It is always good. Always good to have a backup supply. You never know when glands may start perspiring. And yeah, these double extra large ones are just like massive. They're basically towel size almost. I mean, large hand towel size, I guess. But they can stay. Great alternative to, not doing it. Have you done your cookies now? Oh, there's still some in there. Are you rationing? Good for you. And I actually received a few packages in the mail today. Well, a couple. Well, there's one. We'll get there. Give me a second. Before that, I'm getting a little hankering myself, so we're going to swap the cat cookies back into the cupboard. We're going to grab ourselves out some cereal. These are those stupid Lucky Charm minis. Needless to say, I believe them firmly to be utter nonsense, unfortunately, compared to regular old Lucky Charms. They don't hold a candle in the dark, not in my opinion. The first time I had them, it's kind of like eating Rice Krispies with Lucky Charm marshmallows in it. Just funny because it's General Mills and Kellogg's, two completely different companies. Why did I close this? I need a bowl. Yeah, so it was a minor letdown. Vanlife Plus does not recommend Lucky Charms minis. He's still going to eat them though till they're gone because, waste not, want not. And in here we have, yes, our new carton of milk. Picked this bad boy up last night. The market that I went to last time was closed, and that glass bottle of milk has gone the way of the dodo. And by way of the dodo, I mean it's made a nice home in my belly, obviously. All right, so we're gonna get this bowl going. We need ourselves a spoon. Over here, I've totally given up on keeping these things sort of like nestled together. Is what it is. Don't let all of the cold air out of our tiny refrigerator. Close that bad boy up. I want to say midnight snack. It's nowhere near midnight. But as I get older, midnight seems to come earlier. So, a couple packages came in the mail today, like I mentioned. But also, I forgot, a few days back, this one came in. And I'm not sure who sent it. There was no from tag. But they're little RV levelers. I guess I got to put them on my dash, and it'll help me to tell when Lucky is level when I'm like at a campground. So thank you very much for thinking of me and sending these my way. I did pick one up myself a while ago, and it's kind of gotten lost in the shuffle of things. I think the problem with installing these is, it says hardware-free installation. I wonder if they got sticky backs. It's like I got to get the van level first. I need like a neutral, this is perfectly level before I install these. Right? Am I approaching that thought process correctly? I hope so. But anyways, again, I don't know who they were from.
Is that how you get your cutouts for your...
Always yapping. Here doing laundry, Penny puked on blankets. I know now that they are from Cam, so thank you again, Cam, for sending the levelers. But thank you very much. Give me a second. See, I was like, what's the point? Like, even the marshmallows are mini. And this way, the ratio of marshmallows to cereal, I feel like, is way off. And you're really getting ripped off. Never again, I say. Never again. Okay, I don't know who these are from. This one is rather heavy. I'm not quite sure what it is. Let's find out. Oh! Who sent this? I don't normally do that. I looked at the gift before looking for the from tag. There it is. From Dawn and Diane. Hey, Matthew, thanks for the hours of entertainment. You're welcome. We love watching. Thought you might like or use this magnetic knife or utensil holder. We have one in our van, minus the clips, and black matches your countertops. LOL, from Don and Diane. Which you're not wrong about that. Look at that. It's a magnetic strip for knives. That's bloody cool. Where are we going to put it? I was talking about this, I think, back near when I was first moving back into the van after I did the rebuild. I thought it would be nice to have a magnetic strip out so knives are easier to access. Maybe like right here behind the fridge, maybe, because then they're sort of out of the way, and if they do fall off in transit, they'll fall down behind the sink and you can't really see, but they're just going to hit the wooden platform down there, because that's obviously my concern. Although Don says they have this in their van, I can't imagine he would send me a product that is faulty, right? At this point, if a knife falls off of this, I'm going to assume it's the quality of the knife Maybe the metal of it is compromised. Thank you very much, Don and Diane. I do appreciate that. We will find a spot for this tomorrow. Just looking around here. Ooh, I could even put it on the fridge. That's probably too low. Fall off and hit Penny in transit. Yikes. Of course, I don't think I filmed this. Another better place for it to be. I didn't film myself putting this net back, I don't think. And now I'm so far behind in my videos, I can't even remember if I talked about it before or not. This is one of my older cargo nets, and I've got these collapsible plates. These have replaced those old ugly blue camping ones I was using. These are great, little lightweight Sea to Summit plates, and I put this net up here to hold them so they're easier to get at. Before, my plates were in here and they were always under something, so getting my plates out, I was always, knocking stuff over. Ill-advised and not fun. So I came up with this method instead, but now we got this. Maybe these should move over here. The net could go here, and then the plates come out here. Maybe the pirate sign needs to move up. I also have my 2 new signs that we'll need to install tomorrow that I got from Maxine and Christine over in the UK in the last video. If you missed that, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on so you don't miss a single Van Life Plus episode. But moving right along, this is all a future Matthew problem for tomorrow. We have one more Amazon package here. It's a little smaller. Let's find out what this guy is. Fight it. Hey. Oh, Dinah. From Speak of the Devil. Apologies, my dear. From Christine of Christine and Maxine. Anything to keep the good ship Lucky afloat. Hugs from Max and Chris, otherwise known as Wolves Inside the Ukraine. Clearly I need more Lucky Charms. That means, speaking of more future Matthew problems, because they reached out to me and told me that they got this off of my wish list. Oh, it's from a company called Red Wolf. Didn't know that. This is a 100 amp circuit breaker. A couple videos ago, I mentioned how my wire that charges my house battery from my alternator was getting very hot. It hasn't gotten any less hot. Don't worry, it doesn't get up to temp when Lucky's not running, so we're safe right now. But when I'm driving, and I did a lot of driving the other day, that wire you can't even keep your hand on it. I'm amazed that the shielding hasn't melted. Obviously, it's good shielding, or insulation. Maybe I should use the word insulation instead of shielding. But anyway, it doesn't stay hot down the entire length of the wire, which is super strange. So I've talked about this all before. Again, if you missed it, make sure you're subscribed, notifications, all that stuff. We'll try replacing the circuit breaker. So thank you very much, you guys. We now have something else to do tomorrow. I would make a joke and say, thanks for the work. But I'm actually looking forward to doing something like that because little improvements. Okay. Gonna get the rest of this cereal in me before it gets too soggy. All right. And get the pretty sparkly lights on. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Where's the thing? What the hell? There we go. My So Cozy covers bag was in the way. I don't think I actually need this. They're fine up there. I don't know. We'll make decisions about that later. But now that we got the lighting just right, well, almost. Where's my actual regular light remote? I would have used it when we got in here. Good Lord. This happens more often than you would think. It's ridiculous. Window blocker. 3. He said, let there be light. Wait, what? I had to go back and watch that clip. Okay, anyway, that comes in handy, especially for somebody like me. There we go, a little bit lower lights. Now I'm just going to sort of nestle myself back there. Tonight's going to just be an editing night, I think, and I'm going to try and get an earlier to bedtime. Usually I'd turn on the inverter and watch some TV. But it was a long day, and I do need to stay on top of my editing. Yeah, brush the teeth, get in bed, do some editing. We'll see y'all in the morning. Sorry, before we smash cut to the next morning, I was thinking, I don't think I've ever actually shown this on the vlog, and who knows, I don't know who might need to hear it, but here goes. When it comes to my toothbrush and rinsing it and everything, especially now since you don't want to be wasting water, but I've never done it with water just because it's a waste of water, whether or not you're on restrictions or otherwise. I usually just take my toothbrush and I use my vinegar and I just blast the tip, right above this cup here, just as an illustration. Just get right in there, get the bristles, coat it in vinegar, and no, I've never tasted vinegar when I go to brush my teeth the next time, but this gets all of the stuff off. We've kept it neat and tidy, And now we can just dispose of what is in the cup. And I'm not a scientist, but I'm assuming all the yuck is off of the bristles. I don't know. All right, smash cut to the next morning. Morning, Penny. You using your new bed? If we get some light on the subject. Oh. There, good morning, world. Hello. Is it cooling you? Yeah? Is it cooling you? All right, let's get this day started. Okay, you need your smooth loaf. Let me see. You're waiting so patiently, good girl. So yeah, what other choice do I have, man? There you go. Bon apple tits, kitty cat. Okay, before I leave to get hunkered down, I also have physical therapy, not first thing this morning because I'm up and I've got time now, but gotta go get the whole rig hunkered down somewhere before I leave for that physical therapy. Gonna run into Hotel Walmart and get what I couldn't get last night. Good morning, world. But first things first. Okay. And one more thing before we can get on the road. Bright and early in the morning. Oh, but we don't have to fart around with making a coffee, do we, Penny? We just got to fart around with opening up our entire home, exposing it to the world, grabbing ourselves a pouch of Revita tea. Hello, darling. You're a good girl. All right, let's get the hook out of here. And we are all hunkered down for the day. Well, more or less. Before I put all the window blockers up, we still got about an hour before I gotta leave for physical therapy. We gonna let the big fat putty tat enjoy her sunbeam up on the dashboard. Then you're gonna have to enjoy your sunbeam from the tinted windows in the back, okay? Back there, as you do. And for now, to kill time, I'm a big fat fibber. I did zero editing last night. I got into bed, I zoned out on YouTube videos, and then I passed the F out. So probably gonna do a little bit of editing now from the comfort of the swivel seat. Then we will take off for physical therapy, and then we're gonna come back here and hopefully get all those little doohickeys installed and put up places. And getting that circuit breaker installed is gonna be the most daunting of it. I'm probably gonna have to take the seat out just so I have easier access to where that existing circuit breaker is, but we will get there, don't you worry. For now, a little bit of editing, and enjoy this absolutely gorgeous morning. Get it in ya! All right, so PT all done for the day. It was a weight day and an assessment day. I'm feeling great. Anyway, we checked online at a store called Princess Auto, which a lot of Canadians will be familiar with. And I thought there was only one store in Calgary. Turns out there's two. There's one way up in the north. And according to their website, take that for what it's worth, they have one awning in stock, and it's on sale right now for like $95 down from $170. So instead of being a smart and intelligent human being and phoning and seeing if they actually have it, I just decided to point the Irish Pirate Queen north, and that's where we're going right now. So, fingers crossed. Let's see. This is definitely not my neck of the woods. There is so much stuff up here. My goodness gracious. The city is large. Should just be up here on the right in 2 kilometers according to Google Maps. There's also a giant auto value up here. Grace could use a new cabin air filter. Oh, there we go. I see it in the distance. This is a ways out. Like, it feels like you're leaving the city. You're not, though. There's a whole neighborhood over there. The hell am I? There she is. The North Princess Auto. This guy's going to Princess Auto, too. Maybe he needs something for his Subaru. Better not be an awning, sir. I'll race you. All right. Yeah. Perfect. All right. Here, awning. Set up a little bit differently than the other one, but not that differently. You're able to help me.
What are you looking for?
This guy, and it's a total gamble. I drove all the way up here because you had one in stock. I walked right past it. Oh, jeez. I did walk right past it. Awesome. Beauty. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Have a good weekend. Even though it's Tuesday. Awesome. Okay, cool. All right. Here we go. Yep. It's gonna, well, tis what it is. We'll make it work. I think it's the same size as my old one, too. Yeah. You gonna ride right there? All right, cool. So that was a big success. Nice. The gamble paid off. Again, I could have just been smart and called, but yeah, it was the last one there. So their inventory is very accurate. That is good to know. It's interesting. It's obviously like some sort of like weird no brand thing. Like my old awning was a brand called Smitty Built. I opened this up a little bit, and I can tell you can tell it's a little bit cheaper material, and that's fine. It should still do the job. It's literally just covering you from sun and rain. It seems it's the same exact style with the aluminum arms that fold in and fold out. I don't think it has any brackets in it. We might have to repurpose the ones we have. Whereas, you know, the Smitty Built one came with all the hardware that you needed. Anyways, we've got it. Now the arduous task of driving all the way back down south. Here we go. Good times.
Early in the morning, before the sun appears, before the world has even stirred, let's get out of here. We don't need to hurry, the road ahead is clear. Let's follow the coast as far as it goes, or until we disappear. That gives me an idea. Let's get lost together.
Yeah, okay. So it's interesting because this one came with this back plate on here that I self-tapped into not too long ago. These are the brackets that came with it. You can see that the wind has actually bent them. They're supposed to be 90 degrees down. So like, this is supposed to be in that way. That's not doing squat, but so I don't know. That other one doesn't have that backing plate. May have to remove it and use it. What do you say? Yeah, how you doing in here? Got back just in time for lunch. Yeah. Oh, you're a good girl. Yes, you are a good girl. Okay, nice simple lunch today. You're gonna have yogurt and a banana, spoon. Before that, we're going to grab our future Matthew Problems book. I'm going to write it in because I don't know if I will get to the awning today. I want to get that other stuff done first, like the circuit breaker and the knife magnet. So there we go. We've got replace/fix the awning. Because I'm wondering if I'm just going to be able to like Frankenstein parts from the new one to replace, you know, the broken ones on this one. Probably not, but you never know. So actually, close this up. There we go. In case you don't know what this is the book of. Nailed it. And also, yeah, I was looking at that knife magnet thing. The way it attaches to the wall is like a glue. So I better be damn sure on where I want it to be, eh? I mean, I know I could find other ways to mount it, I'm sure. But I hope that the sealant that came with it, that's what it's called sealant, even though it's a glue. I hope it's strong enough for, you know, a room that's in a constant state of earthquake, as it were. All right, so I think I'm going to do what I was talking about last night, which is move this net here, right by the Dixon Floggin' Molly sticker, and we'll have the plates live here. Might have to move the pirate sign, maybe not. And then that magnetic strip, which is right here, probably about there. We'll get the knife out, attach it to it, and figure out where's the actual best spot for it. But then it's going to be quite, you know, cluttered and whatnot in there. It might be hard to grab that knife, but this might force me to do something that I've been wanting to do for a while, which is move these baskets. I just wanted to measure them. So they are 9.5, and I've still got, I don't know if you can see, counter space, yeah, right over here on this side of the sink, right? So 9.5. These little guys could live, yeah, they would fit right here. Probably side by side. What is that? 3 inches? Well, yeah, it'd be pretty tight, but it would work. And then I wouldn't have to have this stuff hanging here. It'd just be organized here. I would lose this counter space, but as I've mentioned before, I don't really use this counter space, right? And then I could remove this piece of wood, which is from my old hanging cabinet. We can move the diesel heater control down lower next to maybe the Wi-Fi point. All right, I think we're giving Lucky a complete little mini facelift right now. Haha. Okay, so lots of changes. Got the 2x2 off. I was gonna say 1x1. It's 2x2. So that's off. That looks a little cleaner and neater up there. We've got the magnetic strip up here. So this was the stuff, this sealant fix. This is what it came with. And it was like white in color, very thick, and it's on the back there. And then it came with these 2 stickers, right? The 2 white stickers on the end. Supposed to leave those up there for 24 to 48 hours. So I'm gonna be looking at those stickers for the next little while. That's A-okay. And then there's our knife. So it's working. Very nice. And then we got the net over there for our plates. Didn't have to move the sign. Got the diesel heater controller moved down here. My MiFi is actually now hiding behind the fridge because I very rarely need access to it. So it's out of the line of sight, which is really nice. And then of course, I got these here. They're obviously making this area look very, very busy. They are not secured down yet because I have not decided if this is where they are going to stay or if I'm just going to find places to put all of this stuff that is out of sight and give this that neater look. Again, I don't know yet. We're gonna put a pin in this. Okay, so a little bit of cleaning up left to do, and then the next thing is the circuit breaker, which is right there. So I'm gonna get all of this cleaned up. First thing I'm gonna do is we're just gonna slide the seat forward and see if that's enough room to work back there without having to actually remove the seat, because that is obnoxious. Yes, it's only 4 nuts that hold it on, but if I don't have to hoist that thing out of here, all the better. So give me a minute and I'm gonna get this tidied up. Okay, so we should have enough room to work around here, I'm hoping. I have to go get my crimpers and whatnot, because what we're gonna have to do is, this is the current circuit breaker and this is what heats up, right? So, and this part of the wire gets super hot. I can't even hold my finger against it for very long. It's fine right now because Lucky's not running. So we can pop this fuse and see it's sticky. So I'm thinking this thing is faulty, right? This thing is just, maybe it's melted inside. Wouldn't that be funny? So we're gonna try and get this one out of here. It's just mounted by a screw right there. And then we got both ends of the wires running in here. And the way that this fuse works, I just got these off Amazon. Fuse and circuit breaker interchangeable for the purpose of what I'm doing right now. So if I can get down in here, you'll see, right? There's a little like screw right there in the middle of this brass fitting. I loosen that up with an Allen key, and then this wire will come out, and it's just bare wire right in there where after the orange runs out, bare wire. Same on this side, right? And then we're gonna replace that guy with what we got, which is this, right? These are very popular for marine use because they're waterproof, but it's the same idea, right? And it's got this trip right there. That means it's not connected, and it's connected. And we have to attach, boom. I don't know if these ones are gonna be big enough. I might have to go rooting around in my supply because the gauge of wire that I'm using looks thicker, right? So let me get this all disassembled first and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, for those that are interested, this is how this works, right? So this screw just comes out, right? You can see the wire letting go. It's just literally goes in there and just tightens down on the wire, and there is our bare wire. So this is what we have to put that lug onto. Just double check right now, but I'm pretty darn sure, just by looking at it, it is going to be too small. Oh yeah, that's not ideal. So hopefully I have lugs like this in my supply, otherwise we're hooped. Okay. It was awkward, but I did it. I did have other lugs. You can see we got the silver ones on there now. I just got them crimped down. That's what I was just holding in my hands, was my big ass crimper from Bill. Yeah, so those are on there nice and secure now. Now what I'm gonna do, as always, just to protect the wire even more, is we're gonna put some heat shrink on these guys, and it's a positive line, so they're both just gonna be red. It's very hot and Lucky right now. I'd have the door open, but there's nasty with bugs and mosquitoes, and I know mosquitoes are bugs, but they deserve their own category because they nasty AF and they're all outside trying to get in. So there we go. So we're going to heat shrink those down with our very subtle torch, and then we'll put them on either side of this circuit breaker. It's a good thing this is being replaced anyway. So if we look at this old fuse, pushing this button in should trip this up, right? I think this thing melted inside, because I can't even get this thing to go up. So when, like, the way it works is when it senses a surge over 100 amps, this would trip and stop sending power through the line, right? Now, I'm fortunate because this charging system, I've never seen it go over like 45 amps, so it's good, but apparently that's enough to get really hot. I'm hoping this is the problem, and then we got no other issue here, because if the wire still gets hot, that means it's probably an issue with the wire itself, which doesn't make any sense to me. But if that is the case, then the entire run of wire is going to have to be replaced, and it'll be the far one, of course, the one that runs all the way behind this into the electrical box and to the charge controller under there. So fingers crossed that this solves our problems. I'm going to stop yapping, and we're just going to get it installed. All right, and there she is. So we got it all attached. These nuts that hold the cable down are 10 millimeter nuts. They're nice and tight now. We are good to go. It is closed circuit. Now all we got to do is turn Lucky on and then see if the wire gets hot. All right, so fire up Lucky. And then if we grab my phone here, and if we go into the DC Home app, it'll connect via Bluetooth. You see that we're pulling 22 watts of solar right now, showing it coming in from the solar panels, going out to both the house battery and the starter battery. Now, if this circuit breaker is working, we should see that 23 watts jump pretty soon, and we should see power start coming from the engine symbol in the top left corner. So we'll give it a minute here, see if that's exactly what happens. Quality content. Quality content. Shouldn't take long. It's sensing that it's sensing the starter battery, so that means there's a connection. Although the house battery is showing 13.3, so this might not even pull power. I may have to use some of my house battery. Oh, okay, so I just fought the mosquitoes off and closed the door again, so now I'm starting to burn up. But now, here we go. It is working, so we're now pulling power from both the engine and solar, getting 75 watts. So I'm thinking my batteries they're full, right? So I don't know that the wire is going to get hot regardless. I can check it and see here. Yeah, like no. So I really want to put this through its paces. Maybe we should air fry something. Oh, never mind. Don't have to air fry nothing. It just took a minute to think and to sort itself out. So now you can see here's all the information. Now we're pulling 677 watts. It's bumped the solar off. It's only pulling from the alternator now. So great success. Our connection is working. Now we just got to give it a minute and see if the wire gets hot. So nee 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 nee. So still pulling 82 watts there, 49 amps. I'm really glad this started working because honestly, I'm not hungry. I mean, I feel like it powers power at that at that amount of amps and wattage and all that stuff. We'd be feeling it already. So I'm gonna say great success here so far. We'll double check it once I leave the park tonight and go back to Hotel Walmart for the evening, and we'll do a drive and see. But I mean, it is what it is. Power's power. It's immediate, and if it's hot, it's hot. So should be good. Regardless, again, thank you, wolves inside the UK. Lucky not going to burn down now. Okay. Well. This awning is 100% future Matthew problem for another day because I'm going to need new brackets more than likely because these ones are so twisted, number one, and I'm going to have to attach them to this through the bag because this bag is not attached to the awning on the inside. So the L brackets that I'll add will be what sort of like makes it one unit, unlike this one. The reason why I say it's going to be a future Matthew problem is a couple of reasons. I'm going to have to just probably use my angle grinder to get these brackets off. So you see this here? This is the L bracket, right? I attached it with this bolt, and then this one for the solar panel goes through it as well. And then I use these clamps to just sort of added security to the whole thing. So I could probably get to this one, obviously, and it would take time, but I could get it off. Or I could just grind through the damn bracket right there, which is probably what I'm going to do because on this side, as you can see, we've got a little bit more of a pickle. I only have access to the one clamp. Everything else, I don't even know if I'm able to show it in here. Let's see. Yeah. So there's the other clamp right there. Can't get at it because it's pressed right up against the bottom of the Thule. There's the bolt that went through the L bracket into the roof rack bar. Again, right underneath the bottom of the Thule. So in order to get this bracket off properly, the entire Thule would have to come off. No, I say nay. So my thought is I'm going to hit it with my angle grinder right here. Zip. We're going to knock that sucker right off, and then everything else is there can just kind of live there for now. And I think what I'm actually going to do then is the new awning is going to live a little bit more this way on the van, right? Because then it won't be covered under the Thule, right? Well, I can't get at it for one, but it won't be. So one L bracket here to support the new awning, and then the other one on this one, and then we'll have the awning come out here, so we'll have full coverage over the passenger door, and we won't have like the coverage here, right? They're about the same length. There might be like half an inch difference, I think, maybe not even. But yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Lucky you'll look a little bit funnier because the awning will stick out a bit more this way, but that's okay. I'd much rather be able to set my table up underneath the awning here because we never use this door when we're in like camp mode, and then I got both doors open, right? Does that make sense? Makes sense to me, and I guess that's all that matters. But like I said, future Matthew problem. I'm going to leave this one here, and if the video ends here and goes to the end title card, then you know that wire did not get hot as I made my way back to Hotel Walmart tonight. So thank you for watching, and until the next one, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive, and remember, only dead fish go with the flow.